Welcome to Forex Daybreak, a daily podcast where we cover 8 Forex pairs and give you our view on the market direction for these pairs. If you are trading Forex market, this is the #1 show to start your trading day. Now, let's begin today's episode.
Good morning everybody and welcome to Forex Daybreak episode 46. In this daily Forex update, I will give you my view on 8 Forex pairs I analyze using Elliott Wave Prism. My name is Ville Vainio and today is 12th of October 2015. This podcast is recorded also as video and is available from the members area at ForexDayBreak.com. The analysis is best viewed as video, but you can follow along with the images found on the show notes page at ForexDayBreak.com/46. Now before we start, I have some great news for you. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is and start trading my analysis on this podcast. So starting from episode 50, I'm going to switch gears a little and start focusing on trades on this podcast. I'm going to do this on a demo account for legal reasons and do a little analysis on the side. I'm not going to analyze all the 8 pairs every day, but focus on those with trading opportunities. So from episode 50 onwards, this show is all about trading the Forex market with you. I'm going to tell you what I trade, why I trade and when to trade. Basically this podcast is going to be a free signal service for all listeners. Share the podcast and tell your friends about this so we can get as many traders on board as possible. Now grab your seat, hold on tight and let's get started. Okay, Euro USD is our first pair and we have seen quite a powerful upwards move in Euro USD. It is obvious that the correction is still in force and forming, and like I talked before, the minute wave 2 correction might even be still in force. I have labeled this recent upwards move as unfolding minute wave 2, but I think it's not finished yet. I think we have a little more upside to go, and I'm going to keep this labeling until further proof that this is even larger correction or something else is going on. The 114.6 level is the critical level for this to be a minute wave 2 correction. If we go beyond 114.6, then this is still minute wave 2 correction, so 1 degree larger. We haven't seen the start of the next impulsive decline yet. So this wave count is proposing that this smaller that this smaller 5-wave structure from 114.6 is the start of the minute wave 3 impulsive decline, and this large sideways correction is minute wave 2 correction. But since this is so large, I have started to think that maybe we are still forming the minute wave 2 correction. As you can see, we have a lot of 3-wave structures here. We can draw them on the charts, so this is very complex correction. We have seen 3 waves, three waves, and now perhaps we can see the final 5-wave structure as wave C, and perhaps we will see a move close to 114.3 level, and then Euro USD will turn down. So I'm expecting more upside in this pair, and if we get past 114.6, we are still forming the previous minute wave 2 correction, so 1 degree larger corrective phase. Okay, next is dollar yen. no progress in dollar yen. We are still on the sideways correction. The price action is very mild and we are still in between 121 and 119.5. Price now 120, 133. And my wave count is expecting one more decline before larger wave up can start. So I'm expecting to see something like this, a five-way structure to end this very complex sideways corrective form. So W right here, and this would make an X wave right around 118 levels to complete this whole WXY correction. Then I'm expecting next move to be a Y wave to the upside and to complete this part, one larger part of the correction. So a decline before more upside in dollar yen, in my opinion. Okay, next is pound dollar. Pound dollar, my wave count here is proposing more upside. Perhaps we will see one more small wave higher before a correction. There's a five-way structure folding here, so perhaps we will see more upside on this pair. I have labeled minor wave B for the 151 bottom, and if this wave count is correct, we should get a lot more upside and towards the 156 levels. But the price action is now slightly giving us a different picture, so maybe we are still forming this minor wave B and the 151 low is not the end of the wave B. So a little bit unclear what we should expect next in pound dollar. Next is euro pound. Euro pound last week went higher, 0.74160 is now the price. We are right around new highs. The previous high 0.7442. In my charts is probably a B wave peak of fourth wave correction, and now I'm expecting one more smaller wave higher. Perhaps the third wave of this advance is still in force, but I'm expecting more upside and maybe towards 0.75 levels, or maybe even higher than that. So more upside on euro pound, but we are on the later stages of this large correction and forming the last small degree five wave structure, in my opinion. So a large degree reversal is expected soon in euro pound, but before that a little more upside. Alright, euro yen next, and here I made a slight revision on the count. Now this count, we can actually see it on the daily chart. So this count is proposing a triangle as the Y part of this larger corrective phase. So I have labeled W and X here, and now this unfolding triangle would form the intermediate wave Y of this larger correction. Let's get back onto the 4-hour chart. So the structure is starting to look like a triangle, so I have taken this approach. We are now forming the D part of triangle ABC. I'm expecting a move, maybe a small degree 5-wave move towards 137.5 approximately 137.5 level, and then a turn down and another leg of the triangle towards 132 levels. So this is my revised count and new outlook for Euro Yen. Euro Yen has been very hard to figure out for a while, in my opinion, and now if this wave count is correct, would give a lot of clarity to this pair. So let's hope this is correct and we'll see it soon. If we see a move towards 137.5 and then a reversal and a decline back to 132 levels. Okay, next is Pound Yen. My wave count is proposing a C wave for this leg, but usually C waves are quite powerful, and we might be still forming this minor wave B. Pound has been quite weak lately, which is seen also in this pair. Hard to say, I'm expecting more upside, but hard to say at this point what is the correct labeling here. Alright, next we take Euro Canadian dollar, and Euro Canadian is still struggling to decline through the 146 level, which is quite strong support level right now, approximately 146. This is a little bit higher, so I'm expecting more downside on this pair. In my opinion, the next impulsive wave down has started, and previously both currencies, Euro and Canadian dollar, were very weak. Now both currencies are strong, so there are now two opposing strong currencies, so this makes the price action sideways for a while, and there's more strength expected in both currencies. So hard to say if we are still going to see more sideways price action, or if Euro Canadian dollar will decline through this support level. The larger trend, in my opinion, is down, but I'm little concerned about this recent move down because it's in three waves. If we stay above this 146 level and start to go higher, then probably we are still forming a correction, similarly like in Euro USD. So let's see how this develops, but in my opinion the larger trend here is down. Last pair is US dollar Canadian dollar, which has declined further down. Price now 129.27, and very sharp and large move have seen here. This might be forming an ABC correction, since the wave divisions are looking like a three-wave structure. So I'm expecting a decline towards 127.4 level, and possibly a three-wave structure altogether forming here. So the decline from 134.5 down to 129.7 would be A wave, then a small B wave, and now we are forming the C wave, and I'm expecting it to reach to 127.388. That's all for today's episode. Remember that this podcast is recorded also as video, and it is available from the members area at ForexDayBreak.com. Another great feature you find there is my Elliott Wave Ninja trading system, and both of these are included on the monthly subscription, which is only $10. I have a 14-day free trial for you, so take this no-risk opportunity and go to ForexDayBreak.com to sign up. Thanks for listening to my show. Now go make some profits, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Thanks for your interest in Forex Daybreak Daily Podcast. If you like this show, we hope you'll visit our website, www.ForexDayBreak.com, and tell your friends about us. Be sure to check the show notes on our website for this episode. Join us next time for another episode of Forex Daybreak.